Hello guys, it is technically Monday, but it's 1 a.m. I'm trying to be a little quiet because it's 1 a.m. on a Monday. But I just want to toss this video out there. But yeah, welcome to the weekly Nightmare Corridor and Cursed Realm guide. I'll show you guys my teams and I'll show you guys some Chinese guides. And I'll try to make it short so I don't wake up my neighbors. So for the Cursed Realm, a bit of RNG this round, and also you have to do some things, collections as always, but the main thing is you have to play around with the Belinda team, but we'll get to that. So for the first team, it's a Baden team. Now if you have Awakened Antandra built, you can use her with Baden and free up Naruko for Belinda, but for most people, they don't have Awakened Antandra and you end up making this team. Here are the collections. You want to stack full attack everywhere, and insight on like Naruko and this guy. Get some insight. But yeah, my collections aren't good. Next team. This is the Belinda team. Now here, you actually have to do some things. It's easier to just show you in-game. So, for this team, you need to make sure that Lavatune has the lowest HP. To achieve this, I removed all of Lavatune's gear. And also his collection does not have any HP. And then Adrian, who has a lot of HP, I tossed on this collection, which has bonus HP, and I was able to make Lavatune have the lowest HP. Now, if you don't have Adrian's SI40, worry not, there are many replacements. Among those replacements, you can do Tamras as well, as you can do a Yennefer, if I can find her, Yennefer as well, and you can do Naruko, right? If you don't use Naruko in here, you can do Naruko in here as well. But the main thing is you need Lavatune to have the lowest HP, so Liberta links him, and then everything, sorts itself out from there. Next team, this is the Seal team. Now for the Seal team, there's not much to do in here. Collection-wise, you want to stack Insight where you can, right? I say that, but I don't have any insight on this, but or this. Maybe my collection changed. Well, I do have some insight on her, right? And just Raku, just some damage, right? And insight here. Basically, just want to CC and let the Seal team do the damage. Next team here, this is the Lucius team. Now, for most people, instead of Queen, you would want to use Nyla in here. I don't have her engraving 60 or her SI40, so Queen has higher highs for me, but it's very similar. As for this team as well, you want to stack Insight. Let me just find Queen again. Here. So full defense. Sorry, you want to stack full defense on as many heroes as you can. Defense on Lucius, and then the +1 effect if possible. And again, just full defense here. Full defense here. I guess this is just the +1 effect, right? Because that's pretty powerful as well. Next team here. So for this team, you need to make sure Kren has the highest attack to achieve this. For me, only Palmer was contesting him, but I just maxed my ranger tree and it worked out. These are the collections. Basically, just the theme is just full attack. Here I have the +2 collection, and then for Kren, just high attack stats and the +1 effect, +2 ideally, but I don't have that. Right, next team, last team. This is the Thalia team. You need the deer at level 18, or sorry, at level 15. Below level 15, I'll show you guys what to do later on, but yeah, for now, level 15 or above deer, you can make this team. As for the collections, you need the +1 effect on Athalia. And the rest of, I guess you need the +1 effect on these two as well, or at least it helps. For the rest of it, it doesn't matter that much. We can do a hit for fun, but it's high RNG just to get out of this loading screen. And then I will head into the Chinese guide. Yeah, that was a pretty bad hit. As you can see, Belinda has RNG aspects. This is a pretty stable team. This is a stable team. These two are a bit RNG, but the main RNG is just Belinda. Let's head over to the browser real quick. There we go. Right, so here we are in the browser, and we want to make sure, I think, that we're looking at the Cursed Realm. I believe this is the Cursed Realm. It is not. Wait, where's the cursor? Here's the cursor. Sorry, it's the same link. I'll link this in the description as well. So here are the Merc priorities. Again, I don't speak the language, but yeah, these are the Merc priorities. I Merc Bane personally. I don't know if you have to Merc Antandra. You can definitely get through this round without her. So as you can see here, here's the Antandra version that you would use, and here's the other version that you'd use if you don't have her. Odin can be Kelthan as well. Here's the Belinda version. As you can see, without SI40 Adrian, you want to use Naruko. And if you can't free up her, you use either Tamros or Yennefer. This team, yeah, I mean, not many variations are listed in here. For the what is it called? For the Lucius team, you do this, right? And as you can see as well, like Queen is a possibility without Nyla. And if you don't have Lucius, you can go for this team. Here, Kren has the highest attack, and yeah, it's pretty stable. And then here, as you can see here, at level 15 Deer, or at below level 15 Deer, you want to use this. You want to use Helios to keep the team alive, basically. Right. Let's head into the Nightmare Corridor. There we go. So for the Nightmare Corridor, yeah, I mean, my time is not that good, but most of you guys' time will be better because this team will not be at 29 seconds, it will be at 18 seconds. I could not get it to work, but hopefully you guys can get it to work. I've played around with it, like with tree and collection and everything. I just can't get it to work, but yeah. For the first team, you're using Leica. And for the second team, you're using Vika. To get a good Vika time, play around with collection and gear. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I guess I could show you the stats that I'm using on my collections. Maybe that helps some of you guys, but yeah. Basically play around with the collection and gear. Next up, here, this is where I'm merked for this round. I'm merking in Thane. You can complete this round without Thane. I can't remember the variant off the top of my head, but for me, I'm just merking a Thane in here. I believe you can also merk a Dragon Gwyneth, but yeah, that's pretty expensive. Collections, I'll just show you guys the stats, but for the Thane team, it didn't matter much because the Thane is just so massive. So yeah, here is the Belinda team. Lots of improvements to be made here in time. It basically comes down to collections. Yeah, these are the collections that I'm using. This champion, I can't remember the gender, tends to die a lot, so I put some defensive stats on him or her. This is what I'm using, and they survive. But yeah, this team is very, very ficklish. I don't know if that's a word, but it's pretty squishy. So yeah, you want to put some survivability on, especially Rimuru. This is the Athalia team. Now, for the Athalia team, you need to play around a bit. The main thing is you need to make sure Orthos has the lowest health, so that's why he doesn't have any gear. And then you need to make sure that Athalia has the highest attack, so she moves during Orthos' ult. And to do this, I remove my collection from Palmer, and that way she has the highest attack. And because Orthos has the lowest HP, Liberta will link Orthos, and then Athalia will move during Orthos. So you have to watch the fight and play around with collections to make the HP thresholds meet. And you can also use the Winged Lion instead of this pet, but this pet is better for the Orthos variant. For the non-Orthos variant, I would check my previous videos. I believe I have that in there. And then for this team, all you need is engraving 30 on Tricia for this team to work. Obviously, higher investment is always nice, and the collections don't really matter. +1, skill +1 on Bane is like fine, right? But it doesn't really matter that much, right? Let's quickly head over to the browser. Sorry, can't see. There we go. So here's the merc priority. Again, I'm merking a thing for the first team here. Yeah, you can play around with the variations. If you don't have Leica, you can try this variation out with souls instead. I actually haven't tried that out. Maybe I should have. But yeah. As for the team 2, this is pretty much the team I use. Yeah, I believe this is just the team I use. As you can see, there are some replacements in here. And also you can use the Liberta plus Vika variant, and that team is I would say it has a lower floor, but it peaks way lower. Like the peaks of this team isn't as good as the peaks of this team. Right. So here we have the Thane variant. Obviously I'm not running LAN, I'm running Rain instead, I believe. But yeah, there's also this variant you can try with Shuna. And here's the yeah, I believe this is the Gwen team. Yeah, I mean most people won't have Gwen, so you can safely ignore this. And here's the well, I'm using Belinda, but they're using Scarlet in here. It's pretty interchangeable, but see what works out best for you. Here's the here's the Thalia round. So for the Thalia round, as you can see, it's pretty much just this setup. Actually, they don't list the other variants, the non-Orthos variants, but I would just consult the leaderboard and find one person that doesn't use the Orthos variant. I can't remember it off the top of my head, sorry. And then last but not least, wait, what? Oh, I guess they're using Gwen in. So this is the first team. This is the second team, Thane, and then Gwen in here in the fourth team. Then Belinda for the fifth team. Interesting. But yeah, for most people, you want to use this variant here for the last team. This is interesting. Well, sorry, it's a bit scuffed, but it's getting late, so I just want to throw this video out there before I go to bed. Right. Let's head over to the game. I guess I don't really have anything else to say. So I'll see you guys next Sunday, hopefully in better time, so I can put a little more gusto into the video. But yeah, I'll see you guys.